Hey everybody, Drew from Clean Cheap Shots. In this video I have a few VRs I was going to do, and I was going to sandwich in a few shout outs again this week. The first VR is for Dan over at Old Sarge Collects. Dan, this was a lot harder for me than probably most people would expect. I simply don't collect modern cards, and so finding a player that is outside of his playing day cards was very difficult. Now, I had to do some digging. I got to thinking, and I unburied my closet to find in the very bottom some cards from 1992 that I collected. Upper Deck was called Baseball Heroes. And so that being said, I found something here that I kind of had forgotten that I had. So I'll show these cards really quick. So Mays, voted Rookie of the Year, 1951. I'll just kind of toss that there for now. And then also Mays joined the 30-30 Club. 1956-57 30-30 Club. The next one, and I should tell you, I almost had the complete set, but I'm missing number 47. Card number 47 was a picture of him making the catch. Of course I don't have that one. I don't know how I didn't collect that one or open it up, or I don't know. Anyway, the next one, 4 homers by Willie Mays, 1961. Next one is Mays wins his second National League MVP, and that was in 1965. Next one there is, looks like Mays hits his 600 home run. Looks like it was probably against the Padres by the looks of the card. 1969. I think we better put that one up there. And then traded to the New York Mets. So obviously played for the San Francisco Giants, but before that it was the New York Giants. So his return to New York was much talked about. And in fact, 1972 New York homecoming. And then he was voted into the Hall of Fame. Card number 53 of 54 in 1979. And then the last card that I have in that series is that card. And I kind of like that card. I don't know much about it. I don't know who actually drew that, but I'm kind of curious who the artist was. At any rate, Dan, that's all I've got for non-playing day cards. So I hope that's acceptable. So my first shout out is to J23A45Y Cards. He had an account, I guess, at one point. I don't know if he deleted it or what happened, but he has rebooted and he's trying to build up his channel. He's got 34 subs at the moment. I believe he lives out there in California because he's awfully proud of the Cali boys that have been successful in sports. All that said, though, he's a Mets fan, Chicago Bears fan, and a Chicago Bulls fan. So jump over there if you get a chance. Check him out. I'm sure he'd appreciate it. So the next video response is for Cases Loaded with Dan Wilson. Now, Dan Wilson wanted us to show a card of a player that had hit and joined the 600 home run club. So for me, I thought I'd show maybe a couple players, but primarily I wanted to show you Willie Mays. That's his 1968 Topps card. Now, Willie Mays was born in Alabama, and for a career he hit .302 and a total of 660 home runs and 338 stolen bases. He was a 20-time All-Star. I hope I got that number right. It was so many, it was hard for me to count that high. 2-time MVP and 12 gold gloves. inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1979. And Mr. Mays was drafted to serve in the Korean War after the 1951 season. He played for a few weeks into the 1952 season before he had to report. In total, he missed approximately 266 games. So imagine what it would be like if he had a chance to play those 266 games. His numbers would have been even far greater and unimaginable as they are now. So in 1963, he signed a contract for $105,000 and was also more recently awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Now, his 600th home run came on September 22nd, 1969 against the Padres, and I believe I showed that a little bit earlier. It was on one of the 1992 Upper Deck cards. So, again, the 68 card there, I have his 1953 Topps card, and I also have this 1955 Willie Mays, which came back as a 3. I never quite understood why this one graded so poorly, and I still don't today. I'm going to zoom it in for you. It was such a nice card. I don't know why it would bounce back as a 3. I couldn't find any wrinkles or creases in it. As you go along the edges, the corners, edges are really pretty good. That corner's got a little bit of a, not perfect certainly, but not a bad card overall at all. And the backs are great. I love the cartoons on the back. And just a closer look at the 53, as you can see here. Great card. So, Willie Mays, part of the 600 Home Run Club. The next player I wanted to show in the 600 Home Run Club is, well, let me get these out of the way. This guy, Hank Aaron. This is his 1955 Topps card, and it's a PSA 5. Now, Hank Aaron, or Henry Aaron, as he preferred, was born in 1934 and was a member of the Boy Scouts of America. He hit .305, 755 home runs, 21 All-Star. Now, actually, I think it's a 25-time All-Star, and I probably should have mentioned this with Willie Mays. There were some years early on where they actually had 2 All-Star games a year, if I remember correctly. So, I don't know, however you want to look at that. He was an MVP in 1957. He had 3 Gold Gloves, and he has a career 2,297 runs batted in, which is still the record today. Notably, he was a Cleveland Browns fan, and he would often disguise himself and sit in the dog pound seating section. I thought that was pretty cool. In 2001, he won the Presidential Citizens Medal from President Clinton, and in 2002, President Bush awarded him the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Now, his 600th home run came off of Gaylord Perry on April 27th, 1971. The next shout out I have was Ripping for Rushmans, Ripping for Ravens. Try saying that 7 times. He's got 110 subs, so if you get a chance, swing by, check out his channel. Lots of ripping going on over there. And if the name didn't give it away, I'll tell you, he's a Baltimore fan. Another shout out goes to 44 Sports Cards. He's got 54 subs. He does an interesting experiment with the fading of cards. So if you're interested in that, get over there and check out his channel. I thought it was pretty interesting. He says he's not ready for any scientific journals, but hey, I think he's got a good start. Okay, card farmers, I appreciate you swinging by and watching this video. Everybody take care. Keep growing that collection.